Hello, my name is Davey Osborne. I am a junior here at GCU studying physical education. The topic for this little video essay is about how we can support English learners by using their strengths, especially their language and culture, and also how we can build better connections with their families. Culture affects how students learn, communicate, and behave in class. So, for example, some students may be used to listening more than speaking or working together instead of independently. When we understand the differences that kids can have in the way that they like to learn, we can teach in ways that make more sense for our individual students. Cultural competence is extremely important for people looking to become teachers. And what that means is that you are just aware that students come from different backgrounds and you're respectful of that. It also means understanding that the way you view the world is not objective. You have your own lens and cultural background that affects the way that you view education and just the world in general. So you need to be able to adjust teaching so that all students can understand and feel included, especially English learners. Integrating cultural values is a great way to help English learner students connect their own experiences to the classroom. So we can use culturally relevant examples that they relate to, or we can let them share their own experiences, giving them a voice in the classroom. This helps them feel much more comfortable and interested. We just want to make sure that we're being respectful and not making assumptions as well, so avoiding stereotypes is also key. The learning environment is extremely important as well. Students learn best when they feel safe and included. This is huge for English learners who might feel nervous about speaking or participating in class because of the barriers that they face. So creating a welcoming classroom helps them take risks and practice their language skills alongside the rest of the class. Students' home languages should be seen as an asset and not a barrier to overcome. So we should encourage the fact that they can be bilingual, allow them to use their own language in the classroom, and we can support this diversity by using books and materials from their cultures, letting them share their own ideas along with the class, and having them engage with other students because ELs learn not just from the teacher but also from their classmates. We should encourage them to use both languages when possible, which can help them understand new ideas and feel more confident as well. English learners are not a monolith. Each student is, of course, different and unique. They're going to have different strengths, needs, and identities, so we need to be flexible in our teaching. That way we can meet them where they're at. Differentiated instruction and scaffolding are key parts of this. So that might look like using visuals, sentence frames, or breaking tasks down into smaller steps when needed. It can also look like giving students a little bit tougher work when they're excelling and kind of breaking away from the rest of the class. Some students may also have special needs, so that's important to note. So having supports in place for them is also key. That might look like autism or dyslexia. So working with other specialists in those areas can be incredibly beneficial. While the purpose of school is academics, supporting students socially and emotionally is just as important. Building strong relationships with English learners helps students feel safe and supported, and it's also important to recognize and respect their identities, to value them as the individual that they are. They need to understand that you care for them because that will help them feel more ready to learn and feel safer in the environment that they've been placed in. Routines and procedures are very valuable instructional tools. This helps students know what to expect for each day so they can get in a rhythm. This is especially helpful for English learners because it reduces confusion and stress. Being consistent and modeling expectations makes a big difference in their learning journey. It's also important to make sure that routines are respectful of students' cultural backgrounds and do not infringe on anything that they are used to. Making use of the student's knowledge is key. Each student has a fund of knowledge, which is the skills and knowledge students gain from their families and communities. This can include things like problem solving, traditions, or real world experiences. When we connect classroom learning to these experiences, it makes learning feel more meaningful and helps students feel more valued. Building a strong partnership with the families of English learners helps them in their educational journey. This includes having two-way communication, so if the family needs, they can have a translator. That way, the parents can both receive information from the teacher and also provide input if needed to the school and to the teachers, and ask questions. This creates opportunities for families to be involved in the school activities as well. Working with community organizations can also provide extra support for students and families. To make engagement more inclusive, we should communicate in families' home languages whenever possible. We can also host cultural events or outreach activities that welcome families into the school. Providing simple strategies families can use at home helps them support their child's learning and also shows that we value their role as parents.